Speaking of ownership, we know that Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, not thrilled with the fact that the team hasn't won a playoff game for 3 years, because he said that publicly during the league meeting. So they're trying to build towards something that can get to the playoffs and actually win when they get there. Here is receiver Devontae Parker and cornerback Malcolm Butler, who's back with the Patriots after several-year absence, yesterday at OTAs talking about the leadership abilities of the quarterback, Mac Jones, who hopefully in his second year will lead the Patriots back to the playoffs and actually win a game there.
He's a leader. You know, he's a young guy, but he's vocal as a leader, and that's what this team needs. And even though I've been out here a few weeks, but I still see it though.
I like Mac. You know, I was at home watching him. He got great energy on and off the field, and I like him. What do you like about him? His confidence, his swagger. I love that about him.
Think about Mac Jones last year, arriving in New England, and who's there? Cam Newton, the big personality, one of the largest personalities in the entire National Football League. As the starter, he's the guy. Everyone loves him, magnetic personality. And here's the rookie just trying to get his feet wet and figure out where to go and how this all works. And now this year, there's no Cam Newton. This year, start to finish, from the day he walks through the door until week 1, he's the guy. I think it does give you an opportunity to grow, to develop, to come out of your shell a little bit, to be vocal and kind of take over the way that we see Mac Jones doing it, Chris.
I think so. I mean, I agree with you. First off, when you play that way as a rookie and do what you did on the football field, and, of course, we were going through a period of time where we were going, wait, Mac Jones is the Rookie of the Year. I mean, he was the Rookie of the Year until the last 4 or 5 weeks, and Jamar Chase just went off. So, you know, you have that, you know, as far as something to pelts on a wall, pelts on a horse, as far as like, okay, I can puff my chest out and be a leader. I mean, he was the quarterback of a team where we were sitting there in week 12 or 13 going, I think the Patriots are the best team in football. So that, of course, is going to encourage his leadership. And I think, Mike, the point you make also should encourage his ability to, you know, show his personality and be a leader. The fact that Cam Newton was there and that he didn't just outshine Mac Jones, and Mac Jones' leadership and personality was still felt through that organization, even with somebody like Cam Newton there, I think that says a lot about the guy, too. It's the one thing where, hey, the look of the human being does not seem to match the words that comes out of everybody's mouth. Yeah, Mac Jones looks like a nerd, got a bad picture on the internet with his shirt off, but anybody you talk to, whether it was coming out in the draft, players that played with him in Alabama, they love him and seem to think he has an unbelievable way with players and coaches, and I think that's, of course, why he's kicking butt up there in New England.
It really was a transformation more stunning than Clark Kent to Superman, which was basically guy takes off his glasses and his jacket, right? That's really all Clark Kent to Superman was. When you take Mac Jones from his Alabama uniform to his Patriots uniform, I mean, we thought it hurt his draft stock because he just looked kind of clunky and lumpy and misshapen in his Alabama uniform. And then he shows up in this Patriots uniform, and where's the cape? I want to see him fly. What are his superpowers? He looked like a superhero.
No doubt. I mean, and just, you know, never seemed to be phased at all. Just ready to go. So what? Bill Belichick, I'll buy in. I'll speak right to the media and do all the things right on the football field. He does that. They get rid of Cam Newton. Boom, he hits the ground running. And really, again, I don't know what else more you can say about Mac Jones as far as like, wow. I mean, what he was asked to do in year 1 of his career. Whoa, taking over from Tom Brady 2 years later. He's on the schedule this year. They made a bunch of moves in free agency and stuff, and he came in there and brought them to the playoffs and really never blinked. That should give him the confidence to be the leader of the football team. That alone, I mean, that was a special first year for a guy in a very tough situation. It's not like they overmanaged him. They asked him to do a lot and really make a lot of big-time NFL throws throughout the season.
And the challenge this year, Josh McDaniels gone, now the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. We've had this persistent mystery of how involved is Bill Belichick, who's going to call the plays, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know. we've seen what happens when you have revolving doors and quarterbacks having to get used to new coordinators. I actually think in a weird sort of way it may be good for Mac Jones the more Bill Belichick is involved, because that ensures more continuity back to Josh McDaniels.
I think
the
so.
guy who ultimately was calling the shots as to what they were going to be doing offensively is still there, and that's Bill Belichick. We quit thinking of him. I don't know when we quit thinking of him as a defensive coach who just happened to be a head coach, and he became a coach who was an expert in both sides of the ball. But he's the only defensive coach we think of that way. Really, he's the only coach we think of as transcending whatever side of the ball it was that was his background before he became a head coach.
No doubt. Mike, I mean, when I was working there, he ran the Monday morning quarterback meeting with Brady and the other quarterbacks, and they went over the film, and he did it and graded it and talked to – I mean, so that's rare. I mean, that really is. And I think your point about Belichick being involved is real, and I think that will continue to happen. What's different here about this situation, now, it's not easy to replace McDaniels. He's the man, and, of course, is creative and knows how to tie things together in a way that, you know, even for New England is pretty awesome. But – the system itself is not like it's Josh McDaniels' system. It's New England's system. It was built through Josh McDaniels and Charlie Weiss and Bill Belichick, and that to me is going to give a leg up on this little weird situation they got on the offensive side of the ball with no offensive coordinator. You're right. Bill, it's going to be groupthink led by Bill on how to approach, you know, third downs and first and second down, and here's the plays I like, and, you know, they'll know against those plays what works against what coverages, and it's a New England system, let alone, I guess, a little different than maybe just going this Josh McDaniels system that has left the building.
It is amazing, after so many years of the Patriots being regarded as the gold standard, the platinum standard in the NFL, they're just kind of – nobody really has a feel for them this year. And even though they made the playoffs last year, I think that last memory of them getting the crap stomped out of them by the Bills on a Saturday night in the wild card round, it makes people think they're not going to be very good. And, you know, where is the evidence to think that they are going to compete with all of these great teams in the AFC? Well, the evidence is they have Bill Belichick. And the evidence is they're entering year 2 with Mac Jones. And he did pretty well last year. There were very low expectations for Mac Jones, especially when we didn't even think he was going to start, Chris. I can't. I know that it's different without Tom Brady there, but I can't write off the Patriots because of Bill Belichick. I just can't do it.
No, me neither. And again, we know that that was a new team last year. You know, let's see, year 2, as we've discussed a lot, New England – I know the intricacies and their schematical attack and everything they do there. It's more intricate than other teams, and there's a lot there to digest. And when you're from a new team and you've gone there, which they did last year, they had a whole new cast of characters. I'm sure there was things out of their playbook and things that kind of got left behind to where they'll be a little bit more advanced this year, knowing that, hey, we got the core of these guys back and we're going to be better. So I'm certainly not counting them out. There's no doubt about that. And, yeah, you're right. Bill Belichick is the number one reason, and there's a lot of other good coaches there too. But the players on paper, on the roster itself, it's still a really damn good group, but I expect them to be highly competitive, that's for sure.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.